This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. In the wake of Saturday's shooting of Trey Kid, the Arundel County Connecting Together group is going to be hosting a community meeting on June 13th at Asbury United Methodist Church, which is right there in the first block of West Street. Actually, I think it's in the second block of West Street. I stand corrected. They want to voice their concerns and identify solutions to the gun violence that's been occurring in and around the city, and it's going to be held at 7 p.m. Arundel County Delegate Alice Kane made a post on Facebook referencing Trey Kid as well as Wendy Winters, saying, "We must honor them and all victims of gun violence, the victims of whopping 96 deaths by firearms per day in the U.S. By showing that same perseverance, tenacity, and passion to end this epidemic, every Marylander deserves to live without constant fear of the threat of gun violence in our streets, grocery stores, places of worship, movie theaters, and workplaces. I pledge to continue to vote for every piece of common sense gun legislation in the General Assembly and to work to elect others who will do the same at all levels of government." Once again, this is going to be held on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. at the Asbury United Methodist Church at 87 West Street. Anne Arundel County Police were dispatched to the PNC Bank on East College Parkway for a robbery on Monday. Witnesses reported that a female entered the bank, indicated that she had a gun, passed the teller a note demanding money, and the teller did give her an undisclosed amount of money. According to police, the woman has been identified as Rachel Fawn Stewart. She's 44 years old and lives in the 1600 block of Secretariat Drive. She was arrested and charged with robbery, second-degree assault, theft, and reckless endangerment. And it's interesting to note that if she was charged with robbery with the value between $500 and $1,000, so I'm not so sure she got too much out of that bank. Also included in the arrest was another member of the household, a 22-year-old Blake Nicholson. He was charged with robbery and obstructing justice. Following the June 6th drowning of a young man in Warehouse Creek in Edgewater, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department is warning everyone to be very careful when swimming in open water. The county has 520 miles of shoreline, but this is the first drowning death of 2019 in open water. The most recent drowning was a man in his 20s who jumped into the water off of a pier located behind a private home. His coworkers watched him jump in, but no one saw him resurface. They went in to try to find him. They did locate him, and when emergency crews arrived, they had him, but his head was above water. Unfortunately, he was not able to survive the incident. Governor Larry Hogan is urging the Trump administration to rethink its decision to delay putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. Yesterday, he sent a letter to U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin saying that he was incredibly disappointed that Tubman will not be on the $20 bill next year. Now, it was announced in 2016 that Tubman would be on the bill in 2020, and Tubman is one of the most famous conductors of the Underground Railroad that led slaves to freedom. She was scheduled to replace Andrew Jackson in 2020, coinciding with the 100th anniversary of women gaining the right to vote. Additionally, she would be the first African American to ever be pictured on American currency. In a statement last month, Mnuchin said that Tubman would not even be considered until 2026, which would be after Donald Trump would be out of office if he were able to win re-election next year. In his letter, Hogan said, "Harriet Tubman's countless contributions to our nation transcend race, gender, nationality, and religion. She has dedicated her life in selfless service to others and to the cause of freedom. Her unbelievable acts of heroism, courage, and sacrifice have more than earned her a rightful place among our nation's most pivotal leaders. She deserves this honor." Stay tuned to see if Governor Hogan can budge the Treasury Department. Hey, put this date on your calendar, Saturday, June 29th. I know we're a little bit early for that, but Anne Arundel County first responders are going to be recognized during the home opener of the Chesapeake Bayhawks game at 6 p.m., and that's going to be held at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. The event will be co-hosted by the Anne Arundel County Police and Fire Departments, and the Bayhawks will be playing the Atlanta Blaze in that game. It's called Hometown Hero First Responder Appreciation Night, and all county first responders will be honored during the evening. First responders will each receive a complimentary ticket, courtesy of Severn Bank. Thank you, Severn Bank. And there will be fireworks after that game. Again, that is on June 29th at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. We are in the process of trying to get a hold of representatives of both the fire department and the police department to get together for a podcast, so stay tuned for that. All right, that does it for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we never know what's coming down the pike. Give us a rating and a review if you're someplace where you can do that, and give us a recommendation to your friends, colleagues, family, enemies. It doesn't matter. Maybe the guy on the street that you run into. Click on that first link in the show notes because it'll tell you all the different ways that you can connect with us. Other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather, and he's coming up in just 1 minute.
Buying a home is a big accomplishment, and we enjoy being part of that, especially for first-timers. The excitement of being approved and knowing they were building their future in their new home. All over the county, you will find homeowners who received the funds they needed from us. I'm Alan Hyatt, chairman of Severn Bank, and I tell you nothing means more to our bank or me than helping home buyers. Last week, I drove by a house and saw kids playing in the front yard. I recall how excited their parents were when they found out that the home was going to be theirs. So if it's a home, an addition, or a renovation, see us at Severn. You'll find affordable home loans, great service, a commitment to our community, and an enthusiastic team to help you. Severn Bank, here with you.
Online at severnbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval. Severn Bank is a trade name used by Severn Savings Bank.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, June 12th. We've had some really good weather days over the past 2 to 3 weeks across the Annapolis region, and today will rank right up there with many of them, with plenty of sunshine and very nice mid-June temps, only in the 70s with slightly breezy winds. Then after a day of rain on Thursday, Friday will bring a return of near-perfect weather with more sunshine and high temps again in the 70s before warmer air returns over the weekend, with temps in the 80s on Saturday and mid to upper 80s, if not low 90s in spots on Father's Day Sunday, with a small but valid chance for PM storms as well. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google app stores. Also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is MacMedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.